So welcome back everyone in our video. So in this video we are going to deal with the subject that is maths. So as we all know that our first paper is of maths 1, that is engineering maths 1. So in this video I am going to cover two topics, you can say 4 topics, out of which 2 will definitely come for total 14 marks. So in short you can say in this video we are going to cover 14 marks topics. So what are those topics? So first one is our regular FALSI method. In this only the second one is Newton RAPHSON method. So out of this one will definitely come for 8 marks. So second one is 8 marks, or you can say 6 marks. Second one is JACOBIS method, and second one is SIEDEL's method. So out of this one question can be asked for 8 or 6 marks. So guys, you can say that total it can vary, that from 12 marks to 16 marks it can vary. So please remember it. So we are going to start from our first topic, that is regular FALSI method. So guys, in what we have to do in regular FALSI method, like we have been given a question like this. So before starting this method I want to tell you that these 4 methods are used to deal with transcendental equations. Which type of equations? Transcendental equations. So what are these transcendental equations? So consider guys one equation, that is x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 5 equals to 0. So this is a normal polynomial function. You can say it is a normal algebraic function. So what is transcendental equation? So if in this equation instead of x, if any log x, e की power x, sin x, means either trigonometric variables, you can say logarithmic functions, exponential functions. So instead of this variables, if that type of variable come in a given question, that question is called as transcendental equation. And to solve transcendental equation we have to use these 2 methods, that is regular FALSI method and Newton-Raphson method. Please understand guys, please note that regular FALSI and Newton-Raphson, these methods are used to deal transcendental equations. So now let us start. So in regular FALSI method we have to use a standard formula, and for using that formula we have to consider x1 and x2. So how it can be considered, how we can solve this sum by using this method. So here is the formula and the step that how will you consider x1 and x2. As you can see in the formula that we have to calculate values of x1, x2, y1 and y2. So for this, how will you consider that which value you have supposed to consider it as x1 or x2? So for that you have been given a equation. So I will explain it on this page. So consider that you have been given a question, that is, it can be any type of question. So I will assume here a normal question, that is x cube minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. So let us suppose that this equation we have to solve using by regular FALSI method. So for regular FALSI method we have a formula, that is x3 equals to x1 y2 minus y1 x2 upon y2 minus y1. So in this, how will you consider or how will you calculate what is the value of x1, x2, y1, y2? So for that you have to substitute in place of x the whole numbers, that is you have to substitute x equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to that point where the value of x, two value of x don't have opposite signs. So what does it mean, opposite sign? So let us see here. So first I am substituting 0. So by substituting 0, here what will come? 0 cube 0, 0, it will come plus 6. It is directly coming plus 6. So let us consider here minus, because if in our first value it is giving positive, might be in the second or third it will not give us a negative value. So that's why I have changed this sign from plus to minus. So now it will come minus 6. Now you have to substitute a value such that the second term which I will get here, it should be positive. That what I mean to say, that two value of x should have different signs. For example, f of 1, what will come? 1 cube, that is 1. So 1 minus 5 minus 6, that is minus 10. So does it change the sign? No, there is no change in the sign. So now f of 2, f of 3. Similarly, you will calculate till the sign get changed. So in f of 2 and f of 3, what will come? It will become 8, it will become 10, it will become 6. So it will come minus 8. Now for f of 3, it will come 27, it will become minus 15, and it will become minus 6. So as you can see here, you will get a change in sign, that is minus 15 minus 6, it comes 21, and it is 27, that is f of 3 you will get 6. So now you can see here that f of 2, f of 3, both this value have different sign, that is f of 2 has minus 8 and f of 3 has plus 6. So here is a change in sign. So our x1 and x2, now we have to consider this 2 and 3 because these two values of x has different sign. So how will you consider that? What we have to take as x1 and x2? You can select, that is x1 equals to 2 and x2 equals to 3. So we have calculated x1 and x2. So now what about this y2 and y1? So for y2 and y1, as you have learned in previous classes, that is if it is my f of x, then this is only my y. So you can say that if x1 equals to 2, if I had considered the value of x as 2, so my y1 will be, when you will substitute here 2, the value which you will get will be your y1. So for f of 2 I have got minus 8, so y1 will be minus 8 and y2 will be plus 6. So now you have to simply, what you have to do, you have to substitute these values in this formula. You have to calculate x3 and again you have to calculate y3. So how you will get y3? So y3 you will get when you will substitute the value of x3 in this function. So I hope guys that you now know how to calculate the value of x1, x2, y1 and y2. So now let us solve our sum. So our very first sum is 3x minus cos x minus 1 equals to 0. So guys, in this you can see that here is x variable and we have got a function, trigonometric function, that is cos x. So that's why it is a transcendental equation. And guys, here we don't have to put that value to find what is our x1 and x2 because we have been directly given the value of x1 and x2. That is, if you read the question properly, you will get to know that the answer of this will lying between 0 and 1. So that's why our x1 will be 0 and x2 will be 1. So now we have to calculate what will be the y1 and y2. So for y1, f of 0 is minus 2 and for y2 that is 1. So f of 1 is 1.4597. So now guys, I want to tell you here one point which is very important, that when you will put cos 1 you will get something different because in your calci it is on degree mode. So when you will be calculating cos 1, please keep your calci on radian mode to get the proper answer. So this is the answer which you will get if you put your calci on radian mode, not on degree mode. So we have calculated x1, x2, y1, y2. So now just we have to use the formula, that is x cube, that is x3 equals to x1 y2 minus y1 x2 upon y2 minus y1. So now you can solve it in your calci. So what v value you will get? That is 0.5781. So this is your x3 value. Now you have to similarly calculate the y3 value. So for y3 value you will have to put this x as x3. You have to replace that x with the value of x3. So when you will put the x3 value in the given function, y3 you will get as minus 0.1032. So now remember guys, this is your first iteration. You have to do this iteration till then your two adjacent, or you can say two corresponding iteration do not have the same or approximate equal value. So now guys, as I told you that your both the values of x, or you can say y, should have different sign values. So now here you can see we have got y3 as minus. So from the above two equation we have to consider the positive part so that we can go for the second iteration. That's why I have calculated y2. y3 we have got minus, y2 is our positive. So root of equation will lie between x3 and x2. Remember this guys. So now here in this second iteration, the x3 will become x1 and the y3 will become y1. So I have done this, that is x1 is 0.5781 which we have got previously, and x2 is our 1, y1 is minus 0.1032 and y2 is 1.4597. So now what we have to do next, we have to substitute the value of x1, y2, y1, x2 in this formula. You will get x3. So I have done that directly, I have not shown that. So but remember guys, in paper you have to show this, otherwise examiner will not going to give you marks. So x3 will be 0.606. Now y3 will be, again you have to substitute this value in this equation for y3. You will get y3 as minus 0.0039. Remember guys, which I have told you that I am doing this calculation on radian mode, not on degree mode. Please remember this, that I am doing this calculation on radian mode, not on degree mode. So continuing again, so guys you can see here y3 we have again got it as negative value. So which value we will going to consider from the previous iteration? The positive part, because positive, negative both have opposite signs. So root of equation will lie between 0.606 to 1. So our next iteration will be, that is our third iteration. So for third iteration, x1 will be, which you have got as previous iteration, that will be your x1 and y1, and for x2 that is 1 and y2 is 1.4597. So now guys, what you will do next, that is again you will substitute the values of x1, x2, y1, y2 in the formula. You will be getting x3, which I have got as 0.6071, and then you have to calculate the value of y3. How you will get the value of y3? By putting the value of x3 in the given function. So y3 you will get as minus 0.00036. So guys, as you can see there that the number of 0 is increasing, that means you are very close to your answer. So that's why we will again consider the y2 part from the previous iteration, and the part which we got, that is x3 and y3, is our x1 and x2 for further iteration. So this is our last iteration, fourth iteration, that is x1, x2, 0.6071, y1, y2, which I have written here. Again you will put that values in the given formula. You will be getting x3 and y3. So guys, if you see the third and fourth iteration, I have written here that from third and fourth iteration value of x is 0.6071. So guys, if you will see here in the third and fourth iteration, the value of x3 is same up to 3 decimal points. So what does it denote? It denotes that our value for the given function is this, that is x equals to 0.6071. So here our regular FALSI method is over. I hope guys that you have understood this method. Thanks for watching. So welcome again everyone. Now we are going to discuss the second part of our first topic, that is Newton-Raphson method. So guys, in paper you will have given that which method you have to use. Either that is the first part that we have discussed, that is regular FALSI method or Newton-Raphson method. So guys, if we compare the Newton-Raphson method with regular FALSI method, then Newton-Raphson method is simple, quite simple as compared to regular FALSI method, and also it is very short and simple. If in regular FALSI method you are taking 5 to 6 iteration to get the value of x, so in Newton-Raphson method you will easily get the value of x within 3 to 4 iterations. So now let us discuss the Newton-Raphson method. So before this guys, again we are going to see the formula which you will be going to use in Newton-Raphson method. So guys, here also you have to use a formula, that is xn plus 1 equals to xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. So guys, this is a formula which you have to use for Newton-Raphson method. Please remember this formula guys, it is very important formula. And here you have to, so for doing this calculation, first you have to get the value of x naught. If you will get the value of x naught, then you will get the value of x1, and then you will be calculating x2, then x3. So the other process is similar to regular FALSI method. So before wasting any further time, let's move on the sum. Just you remember the formula, that is xn plus 1 equals to xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. What is in this formula, you will be thinking that what is xn, what is f of xn, and what is f dash xn. So you will be clearing these doubts in while we will be solving the sums. So let us move there. So in Newton-Raphson method, this is a question which we have been asked, and guys please mark this question as important, because all the question that I am solving here is of Mumbai University, and it has been asked multiple times in the university paper. So our first question is x into log base 10x minus 1.2 equals to 0. We have to correct it up to 3 decimal places. So this is our f of x. We have written there in the formula, that is fx of n. So this is our f of x of n, you can say that. And our second part will be calculating its first order derivative, that is f dash x, which will be replaced by f dash x of n. So when we will be calculating its derivative, we will be getting this, that is x upon x into log e base 10 plus log 10x. So now guys, you will be asking that how you have derived this. So basically that is this is two functions of x which have been multiplied here. So for derivation of this, we will be using the u into v rule, that is u derivative of v with respect to x, then plus v derivative of u with respect to x. So we have done that only in here for getting this. So guys, you know that log base e 10 minus 1, its value is 0.4343 plus log base 10x. So this is our derivative. Now we have to find the value of x. Not you can say x, we have to find the value. Yes, that we have to find the value of x. Why we have to calculate the value of x? Because this function answer will lie between certain number, no? when you will solve this equation, you will get something value of x. So for finding the 2 points in between which the value of x will range or will lie, we have to put x as 0, 1, 2 up to till you don't be getting the alternate signs, that is positive or negative sign. So first I have calculated f of 1. Guys, please note here, I am not starting with f of 0 because log 0 is infinity. You can't get the value of log 0. And if you want to calculate, then log 0 will be 0 and you will getting minus 1.2 only for f of 0 also. So when I will substitute here as f of 1, so now where you have to substitute the 1 in the derivative or in a normal function, given function. So please remember, you don't have to substitute these values here. You have to substitute that values in the given function. So we will be substituting the 1 here, not here. So I have substituted 1. So guys, you know that log 1 is 0. So log 1 will be 0. So the remaining portion, that is minus 1.2. So for f of 1, I will be getting minus 1.2. F of 2 will be calculating, which will be getting minus 0.5979. And f of 3 will be getting 0.2313. So now guys, you will be telling that it is basically a log function. So either we have to calculate the values of log function by using the log table. So the answer is no. In your calculator, there is a logarithmic function button. Just simply you have to click that button and you have to put these values there, and your calci will be giving you the answers. So it is too simple. So now guys, if you will see here, f of 2 you are getting minus 0.5979 and f of 3 you are getting 0.2313. So as I have told you that the sign is changing from 2 to 3. That's why we have got the 2 points where are the value of x will lie, that is 2 and 3. So the next question arises is how we will be considering that which value we have to take x naught. As you can see here, I have taken x naught as 3. So how I have taken x naught as 3? Because when you will be seeing its y value, that is f of that value, that is f of 2, I am getting 0.59, that is 0.6, and f of 3 I am getting 0.2. So in both this value, which value is nearby to 0, that value you have to consider as x naught. Please remember guys, in Newton-Raphson method, you will be doing mistake if you don't know that which value you have to consider as x naught. So which value you have to consider as x naught? Whose function, that is whose y will be nearby to 0. Here you can see that is f of 3 is near to 0. That's why I am considering x naught as 3. So for by using the formula, that is xn plus 1. So guys, here I will be using that formula. So what was our formula? Our formula was xn plus 1 equals to xn plus 1 equals to x of n minus f of x of n upon f of xn dash. So I hope guys it is clear to you. So now guys, you are considering this n as 0. You are substituting this n as 0. So that's why you will be getting x1 equals to x naught minus f of x naught upon f dash x naught. So this is our first part that you have to derive by substituting the n as 0. So you got this. Now just simply you have to substitute the values that I have considered x naught as 3, and here x naught as 3, here also x naught as 3. So I hope guys it is clear to you. I am doing not extraordinary things. I am just substituting the x naught value that I have considered here at as 3. So 3 minus 3 log 10 3 minus 1.2 upon, you can see here f dash of x I have calculated as 0.4343 plus log base 10x. So here only here I will substituting 3. So I have substituted 3 there. So after solving all these, guys, please remember that you have to calculate these values in your FALSI. In your FALSI you will be getting different function buttons. So by clicking on them or by pressing them you can solve this. If you don't know how to operate a FALSI, just comment in the comment section. I will be making a video on that also. So after solving this I will be getting 2.74615. So now x1 what I have got, that is 2.74615. Now when I will be calculating x2, I will be using the value of x1 which I have calculated as 2.74615. Again putting the value in the, putting that value here. So what you will be getting. So guys, I think I have made a simple mistake here. Here 3 will not come because our formula was, what was our formula? Our formula was xn plus 1 equals to xn minus f of xn upon f dash xn. So when we will be calculating for x2, we have to put here x1 minus f dash xn, sorry it's not dash, here f xn, that will be in dash. So please remember this guys, this is our formula for calculating the second iteration value, that is x2 equals to x1 minus f of x1 upon f dash x1, it will become 1. So for how you are getting to know that for x2 x1 we have to substitute here, because guys from the formula you can see here what you will put in place of n so that it will become 2, simply 1. So when you will put n equals to 1, here also there is n, here also there is n, and here also this is n. So I have to substitute this n as 1. So I hope guys you have now understood that what mistake I have done in this sum. So this mistake I have did, that is I have put it overall 3, which is wrong. Here x1 value, that is 2.74615 you have to put, and here 2.7406 you have to put. So guys, again you will be substituting these values in your FALSI and you will be getting 2.7406, 2.7406. So guys, from x1 and x2, that is second and third iteration, we are getting the value of x as constant, that is 2.7406, and it is same up to 4 decimal points. In our question we have been asked to correct these values up to 3 places only. So now we have corrected it up to 4. So no, there is no need to calculate x3, x4, that is x4, x5. There is no need of calculating that. So you can leave this answer here. Now guys, please remember this question. This is different type of question and there are a high possibility that this type of question can be asked this time. That is, the question is cube root of 150. We have to calculate by Newton-Raphson method and we have to take only 2 iterations. How much iteration we have to take? Only 2. So how you will be calculating the value of 150